Hey y'all, welcome back to Pancakes and Pandemonium. For those of you that are new here or coming over from the collab, welcome. I'm Sarah and my channel is focused on family life. I do day in the lives with my crazy family of 5 kids and things that are changing or going on. And I do what's for dinners. I love to cook, and so these cooking collabs are my favorites. And I do shopping hauls. Sometimes I do shop with me's, but here in Utah, they don't love filming in the stores, so I do what I can. But yeah, I love celebrating my family. I love documenting celebrating my family, and being a big family on a tight budget, one of the best ways I get to do that is through food. So the food videos are very near and dear to my heart. So I am doing this video in collaboration with Tamra over at Southern Wife Everyday Life and several other ladies. And guys, these are always the best collabs. So my people, if you haven't gone over and checked her out yet, do it. I will list a link to her channel and I will list a link to the playlist for this collab. Now, this collab is a cookbook collab. So for those of you that are new here, my mother-in-law passed away about a month and a half ago. And this was a family cookbook they put together. I am not sure when they put it together. I know I got one for a wedding present, which sadly got stolen. We had a whole storage unit robbed several years ago. But while we're still here, I'm using hers. And I am gonna make one of the very first things I ever had that she made, coincidentally, and it's delicious. And it is her Texas sheet cake recipe. So my family's excited because who doesn't love chocolate cake? Who doesn't love anything chocolate with the word Texas in front of it? And I mean cake. And then it is a recipe that is tried and true. It was one of my mother-in-law's go-tos, and I am super excited to be making it now for you.
Okay, you guys, so I wanted to show you the ingredients listed, but you basically just need butter or margarine, cocoa, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, a cup of water, 2 cups of sifted flour, and I decided to try my cup for cup flour in this recipe, and 2 cups of sugar. And then
butter, I have used regular
separately
butter,
you need buttermilk, vanilla, 2 beaten eggs, a teaspoon of baking soda, salt, and this calls for a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I am not a fan of cinnamon in chocolate, so I left that out, and I don't ever recall seeing my mother-in-law use that the times that I had seen her make this. So I left it out, but it's really up to you if you want to add it or not.
I'm just not.
Okay, so right here I'm measuring out the milk, and I am adding some apple cider vinegar to make buttermilk, and it works very easily, and I never saw my mother-in-law use actual buttermilk when she made this. She always made the cheat.
Wait, do I pour the water in?
But the best part about this recipe is like you make it on the stove. I know Texas sheet cakes are very, very popular nowadays, but when I married into the Powells, I had never heard of it. And I know most people have heard of it through the Pioneer Woman, but I heard of it through my mother-in-law. It was the first I'd ever heard of it and tried it, and it's amazing how it all comes together. So you start with the butter, margarine, and cocoa and water, and you bring that to a boil. And then you get your other ingredients together off to the side. You sift your flour, so that's why I've got that little sieve in there. Calls for sifted flour. I do the buttermilk and the egg and the vanilla separate in its own thing because you pour that in later. But everything that you don't put in the pan, dry ingredients, you sift in there. Yeah, and it comes together so fast, you guys. I've never actually made it myself. I've just kind of been around when it was being made, and I really need to make this more often. Yes, I never made it myself before and substituted ingredients in the first try, like all the rule breaking things together. This is my favorite vanilla. I've showed you that before. It's the same brand as the vanilla bean paste, and it is just what I prefer, and it lasts a really long time, and it is really good quality. And as you see, I'm just getting all the ingredients together while those boil. Like I said, I like to go ahead and mix up the extra wet ingredients off to the side. It comes together super easy, and the buttermilk only takes like a minute or two to set. I pour it just under the measurement and then add it till it comes to the right measurement. It comes together in like a minute or two, and then it's fine to add the other things too. And so here we are, it's starting to boil, which means it's going to be time to add it to the wet ingredients soon. And yeah, so you have that going while you get the dry ingredients together. And then you kind of just start mixing it together. You don't want to add the eggs right away, but it cools down pretty fast, especially in a metal bowl like I'm using. So you just kind of get it mixed in kind of good, and then you go ahead and dump in the other ingredients. And it, like you'll see here, it comes together so fast. My daughter loved to comment while she was filming. She kind of looks around the phone and then through the phone, and she was like, it's not doing the color any justice. It looks much better. But see, you can see chocolate coming together, and before you know it, you just have this delicious chocolate cake. So I was worried. It kind of started feeling, I don't know, it was kind of a texture I didn't expect, and I had used the gluten-free flour, and you'll see when I pour it into the pan how it kind of wanted to hold together. So, but it would spread to its corners, and so I was a little nervous, you guys. I thought, oh my gosh, did I manage to mess this up completely? And I'm happy to say I did not. Everyone has oohed, and my father-in-law and husband didn't even seem to notice I had changed the flour. So my husband is sitting next to me filling out paperwork while I do this voiceover, and it is the first he's hearing I changed anything in the recipe. So there you go. He's looking at me funny though. But yeah, I got it spread. See how it, kind of took a little work. So I was like, ooh, I don't know. But it turned out fine. And so yeah, you're gonna pop it in the oven, and you are gonna bake it for about 20 minutes. We have an older oven and it runs hot, so it took us right at 20 minutes. All right, and then the frosting, it is just like the cake. It is all made on the stove. You're gonna do 3 teaspoons of cocoa, a stick of butter, margarine, 6 tablespoons of milk. Did I say teaspoons or tablespoons with cocoa? Because you definitely want tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of cocoa, a stick of butter, margarine, and 6 tablespoons of milk, and a pound of powdered sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. You can also add nuts to this, which my mother-in-law often did, but my family loudly said no when I asked. And so I kind of eyeballed it, and I was starting to get worried, you guys. You'll see it's kind of powdery, and I thought, uh-oh, did I mess up? And then I thought, okay, well, I'm not going to leave the vanilla until the end because it says to put everything in. It doesn't say to add the vanilla at the end. And I don't know if it was just timing or the vanilla, but it started coming together. But you do kind of want to sit there and work with it. It says mix it all and then bring it to a boil. My mother-in-law always stood over it and stirred, and I found that is what worked for me. So if you've made this before and you don't find it's necessary, that's fine. But for me, maybe I just felt better kind of stirring it, but you know, all those clumpy ingredients, I just liked stirring. Gave me something to do, and it felt like it was coming together and doing what it was supposed to do, which is always a nice feeling, especially when you're trying a new recipe. And guys, we were kind of sampling it every little step, and we could not believe how good it was. Look at that gorgeous glossy chocolate frosting. So all right, it's starting to bubble, and honestly this is about where I ended it, and my sweet girls helped out. It says bring it to a rapid boil and remove from the heat and spread on the hot cake. So that is one of the areas where I also broke the rules, because I actually did not have ingredients. So I had to wait for my husband to get home from work to get powdered sugar. So I actually spread it on a cool cake,
Look at that chocolate.
which seemed to be fine. People have been eating it. No one's complaining. Did not taste weird to anyone. So, but it says spread on a hot cake. So it can work either way. You guys, this frosting is delicious. I don't know. There's something kind of, it gets kind of crunchy almost. It is just perfection. If you have not made a Texas sheet cake, you guys have to try this. They are easy. They're probably not heat friendly since you do everything on the stove. This particular house, I'm super grateful for, is well air conditioned. So I definitely get hot, and you guys saw I was a hot mess looking at the beginning of the video, and I apologize for that. I had literally been cooking and babysitting and playing with kids all day, and my daughter did not tell me I looked terrible when she started filming. So I guess we kind of get what we get, huh? But
It's gotta cool completely, and then we can.
it was so easy. This house stays really cool when the air conditioner's on, so it didn't faze me too badly. Guys, with all of the substitutions. Oh, I also used Country Crock plant-based butter just because, like, I had it. It was on sale several months ago, and it was on sale quite a few times. And I bought a deal, and a good I bought a deal. So I bought a bunch of it, and we stuck it in the freezer. So, and that was even before we knew anything about, like, the diet that I'm on or anything like that. So that's just there because it was a good deal. So that was used in both the cake and the icing as well. But guys, this is it. I hope you liked it. Please go ahead and like this video. And if you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'd love to see you back. We do all kinds of fun things here, and we'll see you soon. Bye.